we're on the extraordinary grounds of Tsinghua University, a world-leading university, which was established in 1911 at a moment of absolute transformation here in China, which went from many dynasties of imperial rule to republic, and to the People's Republic to follow that. This here in itself is the site of a former imperial garden. This university was set up with some reference to United States and China and the relationship to follow. What are your students being taught and what are they learning? And to go back to our first question, is that sufficient to meet the needs of a world that is in constant flux?
Yeah, I think the Tsinghua University is one of the, at least we have Tsinghua and the Peking University. Basically, these two universities be regarded in China as the two top universities. So Tsinghua is one of that. So probably this is one of the best university in China and or maybe in Asia. The students here, first of all, those students, particularly the undergraduate students, they went through the very highly, extremely competitive Gaokao system. Gaokao system is the entrance examination for the university in China, very competitive. So they are all very talented top university students here. For example, I teach in the Department of International Relations, so my students, they learn like the courses like international relations theory, research methodology, mathematics, and they learn of course foreign languages, and they also learn a lot of courses like China-US relations, history. The theory they are learning here, I think just basically the same at the American universities. The reading material we give them, I think most of them are also English. So some courses are taught in English. So basically what they are providing here, I think is quite similar to what you can imagine in American university. But to your question, is that adequate? Is that good enough? I don't think so. I think beyond what you can learn from the classroom, I think there are still a lot of things to do. I think the students today here, particularly in the university, particularly in those so-called elite universities, I think the task of them is not only to learn some knowledge, but to be the future leadership of a country, or maybe world global leadership, or industry or company, I don't know, a society, community. So they need to understand this dramatically changing globe, as we discussed earlier. I think the students here still, I always encourage them to pay more attention to what is happening in the world. For example, in the Middle East, I always want them to debate, the pros and cons, and the two sides. I mean, the Palestinian people and the Israeli people. What is wrong? What is correct? What is as a Chinese student, what is your position? Secondly, they need to think about why those people like Palestinian people, Israelis, different people have different rationale, why they have different value, why they have different policy. The logic behind that. I want them to step further. So in that regard, I think our students still have a long way to go. I think our university need to provide them more opportunity to think about, to reflect. That's the reason I always, like every summer vacation, I always bring my students to the United States to talk to American government officials, university professors, and of course their peers, the university students in the US, to understand why these two countries, why these two great nations have, both great nations, but why we have such a different policy, and also we have this tension now. So I want them to understand this, and then when they return to the country, they can know the world better.